Hey y'all, hey! If you've been following me, you've known that I have been living in Jamaica for over 5 years, well, almost 5 years. And recently I had to come back to America to have surgery on my knee. I recently was inboxed and someone asked me what are the benefits of living outside of America versus in America. So I'm getting ready to tell you. Because everybody know me love Jamaica. My accent's horrible, so I'm not even going to try. But the benefits of living in Jamaica, I'm a Cubs fan. Being back in America is horrible. Yeah. I love America. Don't get me wrong. I love my country, but I love Jamaica more. And the reason being is in America, we have rent or mortgage, which is no less than $1,500 a month, even for a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom in a nice area. Then you have your electric, your water, your gas, your cable and internet, your car insurance, your health insurance. And even if you have health insurance, then you have a copay. If you go to the doctor, you have a bigger copay if you have to stay in the hospital. The bills are never ending. I literally have a book that I have to write them all down and check them off as I pay them when they come in every month because I can't keep up with them. There's so many bills, right? Then, not to mention, the healthcare system is horrible. The food that they provide us is full of preservatives and poisons so that we get sick, and now we have to depend on the healthcare system and take healthcare medicine and all this stuff. When I moved to Jamaica, of course, the food there is organic. It's grown, raised, your meat is raised there. Your vegetables and fruit are organically grown there. If you go to the farmer's market, if you find a local farmer to sell you your meat, your fish, and your eggs, and go diving for your fish, whatever, what have you. Anyway, all the food is organic. There's no stuff in it. So automatically, that alone, I lost a whole bunch of weight. Go back on my videos. I'm not going to go into it. But living in Jamaica, it's peaceful. Like, the people are so amazing and so friendly. Yes, you have bad everywhere. Everywhere you go, you have good and bad people. There's always going to be guns and drugs and this and that. But you also have a positive side. It's paradise, for God's sake. So I have a 1 bedroom apartment overlooking the sea. It's fully furnished with no utilities. Internet is provided, water, power, everything is provided. And I pay $350 a month. No, 3 times the rent, prove your income, this or that. Oh, you need a place? I have a place. Pay me the first month and a deposit, and it's yours. I've been there 5 years in the same apartment. Why would I move? So when I got sick, I had to come back to America to have surgery. I didn't have anywhere to live because I had sold my house. I sold all my furniture. I sold everything. So just for these few months that I'm in America to have this surgery that's covered by my insurance that I already had from my husband passing, that's a long story. But so the rent was $1,200 deposit, $1,200 rent. The power was $200 deposit, gas $200 deposit, water $150 deposit, internet $100 a month. Then my car insurance, I had to buy a car, so that's another $6,000. Then car insurance runs me $250 a month for full coverage. Like, the bills never end. Within 3 months, I spent over $7,000, well, not counting the $6,000 car I bought. In 3 months, I spent almost $8,000 just because now I have to buy a couch and chair. You know, I have to buy my furniture. Had to buy a bed to sleep in. Then I had to buy linens to go on the bed. I had to buy dishes. Then I had to buy food, which is outrageous. $12 for a dozen eggs. Come on. So yeah, why do I live in Jamaica? Because I don't have to worry and stress myself over bills. Yeah, it's not an easy life compared to America. It's a third world country. Some say it's not third world. They say it's first world. You choose what you call it, what you want to call it. Because for me, it's paradise. I have no hot water and I have no AC, but I have fans in the window and I have the sea breeze coming in. So I don't need it. If I need to wash my clothes, I wash them and hang them out to dry. There's no dryer, but I love that because the fresh sea breeze blows through my clothes. Anywhere you go, 5 miles, 10 miles down the road, there's a river. We go every Sunday to the river. There's waterfalls. There's music. There's dancing. There's people everywhere. Just, I don't know. There's no difference. It's no question for me. I love Jamaica. And as soon as I get well enough and back on my feet, yeah, damn right, I'm going back. Who's going with me? And for those saying, oh, once your American money run out, you'll go back. No, I won't. I won't. Because I'm retired. I'm on a budget. I've taken my money and budgeted it. I allow myself so much every month while I'm in Jamaica. And once I reach that budget, that's it. And so that money, it'll last me a really long time. I'm not rich by any means, trust me. But I lived in Jamaica on less than $1,500 a month total. Rent, food, everything. So yeah, I'm not going nowhere. I'm here to stay. I do apologize if I'm rambling because I did just take my medicine, so I'm kind of loo-loo. So if I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's a big advantage. Not just Jamaica, any country outside the U.S. Pick one. Pick one, search it on TikTok, living in so-and-so country, and there's a million videos of other people that have done it, and you can follow them and get guidance from them. But before you move anywhere, make sure you travel there and see if you like it. Because Jamaica is not for everybody. And it's not for the weak. If you're weak-minded or if you're not street smart or if you're not aware of your surroundings, then don't move here. Absolutely. But I wish you luck. One last thing and then I'm done. Don't come at me with Jamaica's dangerous. Jamaica this, Jamaica that. Because I'm scared to go to the freaking gas station in America. Might get robbed. Go to a concert, might get blown up. Go to visit my nephew at his school, might get shot in a school shooting. I mean, come on now. There's violence everywhere you go. So don't give me that crap. Jamaica polices their own. So it's much safer than you think it is. That's the media. So if you come to Jamaica and you want to tour around and you want to see Jamaica and you're scared to do it, give me a call. Me and my security guards will come get you and we'll show you around. Hey y'all.
I got a t-shirt.
So somebody asked me why I moved to Jamaica. And I'm going to tell you why. So, I don't feel well, so I'm drinking ginger with lime and honey. That's a Jamaican remedy. Or you can squeeze some lime in a shot of rum. And that'll clear you up too. But why did I move to Jamaica? Well, alright, y'all be safe. Let's go back 4 years ago. I apologize for the background noise. A little over 4 years ago,
I was married to a wonderful man for the last 18 years. Well, 17 years at the time. And yes, I'm using a filter because I look like horrible because I'm sick right now. So, I was married to a wonderful man for 17 years. We had 4 kids, all of his, but they're my stepchildren. And 10 grandkids, and he worked in the coal mines. Most of you know this and know me. But one day, he laid down for a nap and didn't wake up. And it was devastating to me because we were still in love like the day that we met. We still dated each other and loved each other. I mean, we weren't perfect. We had our issues. Every marriage does. But we loved each other. And so his death was traumatizing to me. And after the day he passed, even before the funeral, only a select few of people, and you know who you are, checked on me, came to see about me, including his children. And our friends, I no longer fit in because I'm now single, you know, with their married couples dates and couples parties, and I just didn't fit in anymore. So everybody drifted away. And so little by little I sold off everything we had. I gave his motorcycle for a little bit of nothing to his best friend, and I sold I gave his truck to his cousin, sold the house, and decided to move back home with family in Kentucky. I hadn't been around them in over 30 years. But I thought maybe it'll be good if I be around family again. Wrong decision. But anyway, long story short, I lived in Kentucky for a whole year. I gave it a chance, and I was still miserable. I was still depressed. And anyway, I went on a girls' trip to Jamaica because I had been talking about Jamaica since I was a little girl. Anybody that knows me, I'm obsessed with Jamaica. My husband, I had told him that year, I said, if you don't take me to Jamaica, then you're paying for me and my girlfriends to go. And he said, no problem. But, of course, he wasn't around to do that. So, me and these 4 other women went to Jamaica for 10 days. And we had an amazing tour guide, Island Tours Jamaica. And we spent an amazing 10 days, I think it was, at the Rio Reggae in Montego Bay. And we had an amazing time. I completely forgot all my problems, everything. And we went back home. And when we went back home, I went back to Kentucky. They went back to Alabama. And I was back to being miserable and depressed and sad. So I called this tour guide and was like, hey, if I come to Jamaica for 3 months, do you think you could help me find, you know, a long-term apartment? Well, short-term. Yeah, no problem. So I got an apartment and I stayed those 3 months, came back home, and I was miserable. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna move to Jamaica 7 months out of the year, and then I'll come back home the other 3 months, because you know you have to live in the United States every 6 months, less than 6 months, in order to not have to file on your taxes and all that. And you know, it's a bunch of paperwork and stuff. Anyway, I go home about every 3 months. But long story short, I went for 3 months, and I've been here a little over 3 years. And the apartment I currently live in, I found through a mutual friend in Jamaica that I had made. He's no longer living. He met his demise last year. But his uncle had a house with an apartment downstairs, and I have a pool overlooking the ocean, and I basically pay $350 a month with no utilities. Yeah, I have a 7-passenger van. I'm running a successful tour company showing people around the island. Most of my tours are single females traveling alone because they trust me, you know. But yeah, that's how I ended up in Jamaica, and I love it here. It was the best move I've ever done. It was the best decision in my life. I lost over 80 pounds, about 65 or 70 actually. Went from a size 16 down to an 8 within 7 months. And I put a little bit back on now, but it was the best move I ever did, mentally, physically, emotionally. I still have my days, I still miss my husband, but I love Jamaica, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So don't listen to the advisories, because the neighborhoods that they mention in those advisories, the neighborhoods and the areas that they mention, as a tourist, you will never go there. We wouldn't take you there if you paid us. You'll never reach those areas. So you're perfectly fine to come and enjoy your vacation and have a wonderful, amazing time. If you have any questions about moving to Jamaica or coming to visit, or you need a tour guide, or you even need airport transport, hit me up. I'd be more than happy to help you out.
I always find it ironic that in places called third world countries, the quality of life can be so much more vibrant, invigorating, filled with real relationships, laughter, joy, that we don't get here in the U.S. For example, when I would go to Jamaica growing up, I always noticed that work wasn't as much of a priority. And then I realized that in the U.S., we live to work, and in other countries, they work to live. In the U.S., we value our luxuries. We love having things. We go to Amazon, we click, we buy. It's a ton of consumerism. It's a ton of prioritizing these material things, but we don't prioritize human connection the same way. Living in the West, it's a very I-focused society. So we are focused on ourselves, our gain, our lives, our world. And when you go to another country where it's more we-centric, it's less individualistic and more of a collective, there's just this level of laughter and joy and connection. In Jamaica, we party with each other. We party with our friends, our family. They may not have as much monetarily, but they have so much more joy. They're gonna play dominoes, they're gonna connect, they're gonna meet up, they're gonna talk. Those types of things don't happen in the US as much because we're all so busy doing business. We all got our own things going on. It's big as hell. You're all the way in this state, I'm all the way in that state. It's just not the same kind of environment that fosters those really deep connections. So whenever quality of life comes up and is in question, I always find it ironic because in my mind, there is way more than one definition of a good quality of life. And I guess it really depends on what variables you look at to decide what is quality.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video from a white American lady coming out and reveal how living in Jamaica, it is better than living in United States. She has come out and give some of the reasons. According to her, she feels like living in Jamaica, it is better than living in United States because of the reasons that she has come out and give. She has come out and talks about how the bills that it is you need to pay in United States. So you can see that in America, there's a lot of bills that the Americans, the people who are in America, they need to pay. There is a house bill, there is water bill, there is gas bills, there is electricity bills, there is a mortgage, there is a car insurance. So everything in America, it is all about money. And this is to tell you, and I've been telling you that when you want to go to America, you need to plan yourself. You need to be physically and mentally be prepared before going to America, because we are now seeing the Americans, they are moving out of their country. She's not the first one to move to her country to come in Jamaica. We have seen there's a lot of white Americans, also the black Americans, they are moving to the black countries in the Caribbean, and also majority of them also they are coming to Africa. So this is to tell you that right now America thinks it has changed to a point whereby their citizens, they are coming out and realizing after staying in the black countries that the black countries is better than their country, because in the black country there's no such much bills that you need to pay. And also you can still survive in the black countries in Jamaica without having a job. But in America, you can't survive if you don't have a job. So America, it is all about money, paying bills, paying mortgage, paying everything. So this has become very tiresome to Americans, to whereby these people you can imagine they are having a book of paying the bills. That's a notebook of paying the bills to remind them that you need to pay electricity, you need to pay water, you need to pay gas, you need to pay mortgage, house mortgage, you need to pay the car insurance, you need to pay school fees, you need to pay so many things that these people they are having in mind so that they can pay these bills. But here in Africa, majority of us black people are in Jamaica, majority of the black people here in Africa, we usually pay like for example electricity bills. Majority of black people, they usually know that I need to pay electricity bills. And also if you don't have your own house whereby you will be paying if you haven't built your own house, you are living to somebody house, you need to pay rent, you need to pay only rent and electricity and also water. That's all for us black people. But in America, they have having a lot of bills to pay. So everything there, the system there, it is designed like a slavery plantation farm, whereby for you to maintain that good house, for you to still have that good car, for you to stay very well and luxury life, you need to work for it. So those are some of the reasons to why also majority of Americans, they are leaving their country to come in the black countries. And also this lady, she has come out and talk about food. She has come out and realized that the food in Jamaica, it is very organic. And I've been telling you that majority of the white people or also the black people in America, these people, they are not healthy because of the food that they are taking. These people, they have used to the chemicals food. They are not used to the organic food like the people living in the black countries here in Africa or in black countries in the Caribbean. Because in Jamaica, these people, they have organic food straight from the farm. And you can see how Jamaicans, they are very healthy. You can see how the lifespan of Jamaica, it is higher than the people in the United States. So this tell you that the people in Jamaica, they are eating a very healthy and organic food. But in this lady, she has come out to realize that in America, the food, it is not good. The food, it is bad, the chemical food. And that's one of the things that majority of the white people, they usually realize when they are coming to the black countries in Africa or in the black countries in the Caribbean. So the food also, it has made this white lady to move out of United States and to come in Jamaica. So for me, I can tell you that in Africa or in Jamaica, we are healthy, we are eating a very well food. These people, they need to realize, majority of them, they will be leaving this United States to come in our country very soon. Because this lady, she has come out and confessed. The other one, she will come and try, and also she will also confess, and they will still coming that way and that way to a point whereby we'll be having so many white people in our black countries. And also, she has come out and talk about the cost of living, and also and she has come out and talk about the cost of living. So the cost of living in America, it is very high compared in Jamaica. I can tell you that in Jamaica, in Jamaica or even here in Africa, you can survive with a dollar. Yeah, you can survive with $1, $2, $3. You can survive a day with 3 or 4 or even $100. You can survive in our black countries, but United States, you can't survive with $100. You can't survive with $100. So you can see the cost of living in America, it is very high compared with the cost of living in our black country. And also that's one of the things that it is making these white people and the black Americans to move out of United States, because I don't want to talk about deeper about how the cost of living it is in America. And also, guys, another thing that this American lady, she has talked about, it is community. She's coming out and talk about people that are really friendly in Jamaica. Jamaicans, they are just a vibe. And I've been telling you that living in Jamaica, it is very easy to bond with Jamaicans. It is very easy to be among the community. And one thing that this lady, she really love about Jamaica, it is because Jamaica, it is a country whereby there is so much races. Yeah, you can find a white Jamaica, you can find a Chinese Jamaica, you can find an Indian Jamaica, and also we are having black people. So Jamaica, it is a multicultural, it is a racial races. There's so many different races in Jamaica because you can see also their motto, it is out of many one people, meaning that means that there is so many different races in Jamaica, and majority of the white people, they are finding it very easy to stay in Jamaica, because Jamaica, they have known how to bond with these other races. And also you can see that in America, to easily know your community, to easily know your neighbor, it is very difficult. And that's one of the things that I've been telling you, that if you're going to America, do your business, mind your business, because it is very hard to make friends in United States. And if you are making friends, you need to be very, very careful with the friends that you are making in United States, because you might be having a friend with a criminal. So at night, this guy is going out and breaking some people door, and you never know. So this is to tell you that you need to mind your business while you are in America, because these people, it is very hard to know their neighbors. But when you are in Jamaica or any black countries, first thing, if you are the first thing with us black people, it is we love to know our neighbors, how many children our neighbor he or she has, how many what kind of jobs that our neighbor is doing. But in United States, it is very hard to know your neighbor. Your neighbor might be criminal, might be a bank robbery, might be somebody bad in the society, but you can't know, because it is very dangerous for you to go and just knocking to somebody's doors, so that he or she can report you, and the next with a few hours, the police, you can see the police on your doors coming out and taking you and placing a charge that you have been trespassing to your neighbor. So in America, it is very hard to know the community and your neighbor, but here in Africa or in Jamaica, it is very easy. That it is one of the things, it is like a must, you guys, to know your neighbor, the kind of job your neighbor is doing, the children, the entire family that your neighbor, he or she has. But in America, things are different. So those are some of the reasons to why right now we are seeing the white people, they are coming out and realize that black countries in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Africa, it is better than their own country. And right now, especially the cost of living and how Donald Trump is coming out and set more rules in the United States, it is making the life of the Americans to be more difficult, to whereby they are starting moving out of their country. So kindly guys, I don't want to talk too much. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye guys.